All right. Brad, I understand you want to talk a little bit about cross-platform data sharing, or CDS is what we all know it as.
Absolutely.
What can you tell us about it?
Okay, so let's talk about CDS. The whole idea of CDS is the ability for a customer to migrate their data or move their data from one OS platform to another. For example, let's say they have an application that's currently running on Solaris and they want to move it to, say, Red Hat. So they're going to get their data, their application, and it's going to now be running over on a Linux environment instead. Well, one of the real challenges for them is, well, what do they do with all their data? Right? That's where CDS comes into play. So let's say we had a disk group, right? And this is the disk group that the application usually accesses, and that's where all the data is. Now, they basically want to move their application completely off Solaris Spark to a Linux platform. Of course, the data needs to go with the application as well. The beauty of CDS is that data is already ready for other platforms we support. We do that because of CDS. So each disk gets defined as a CDS disk when it initially gets initialized under Volume Manager control. And then we put those disks in a disk group like normal. Since they're all CDS disks, that disk group is also referred to as a CDS disk group. Because of the structure of the disks, that allows them to be understood by all the different platforms that we support. So even though this disk group was initialized on a Solaris environment, it was actually set up properly and recognized by a Linux environment or an AIX environment or any other platform that we support. So easily migrate from one platform to another purely by deporting it on that machine and importing it on that machine, right? Boom, their data is ready to go. Now, this concept, we have another term for this that's quite commonly used in sales, and that's PDC, Portable Data Container. That's basically this disk group, right? There is actually no real thing called a PDC from a volume manager or a storage foundation perspective. So it's really just a term we use. But that means this CDS disk group being able to move back and forth from one platform to another seamlessly. Okay. Migration of data is probably one of the absolute biggest values of CDS. Another one that can commonly happen is you have another platform where another application is running, like let's say we're doing backups, right? So the net backup environment for the customer is actually on an AIX platform. Same thing, this disk group, this usually gets used in conjunction with our snapshotting capability, where we'd take a snapshot of this and possibly add that with disk group split and join, and that would be imported over here and we could do a backup. The beauty of all of this, though, is it's all the same data. It can move from one platform to another.
Okay, so what I see here is that customers aren't really limited to having their data have to stay on one particular platform, say in this example, Solaris. Traditionally, what customers used to be able to, or had to do, was when they wanted to migrate, they had to make another copy of this, didn't they?
Absolutely.
And CDS eliminates that for them.
It sure does.
This is a great feature.
The hardest thing for them is going to be actually getting their application over there.
Yeah. They don't even need to worry about the data anymore.
Right.
It's a great feature. Thanks for taking the time with us, Brad, to explain what cross-platform data sharing is.